strategy, supportive to the workflow, is fair to employees, and is it motivating the behavior towards organization objectives. The second decision was decide whether to use single or multiple plans. So which type of category you should use, the single plans, multiple plan. We have some criteria like is it for the different evaluation plans for diverse work content, jobs, or are you discussing whether it is diversity in the work can be in terms of depth or horizontal, or number of job evaluation plans used hinges on why are they using this, whether to know the make paid decisions or in order to understand the how much it will cost on it. So that is the second decision. Coming to the third decision, choose among alternative approaches. So what is the word alternative approaches say students generally? What is it alternative word says? Yes,
Choices, ma'am.
choices. Yes, good. And also approaches. What is the approaches says basically? Yes, what is the approaches? Can you consider it as different methods? Yes, different approaches,
Yes.
choices, methods. Yes. So after the completion of this particular topic, we'll be understanding the different methods of job evaluation. How do they follow the different method of how do they conduct? Which is the method is suitable for which category of analyzing the job? Yes. Yes. So that we will understand. So in this particular, when you are analyzing the decision or taking a decision, first you should understand the which category choosing among alternatives approaches, comparison of job evaluation methods. So we have different job evaluation method like qualitative and non-qualitative analysis. So that we will take up in the next topic. So you will try to compare which is suitable for which type of a plan is suitable, whether you should go for a ranking, classification, or we have a point, another one more is there. So you will choose which is advantages for which evaluation are you choosing, that you will make a decision in the third step, that is choosing among alternative approaches, different approaches you will consider which is suitable for a which type of evaluation you will make a decision, that is in the third step, that is while considering the decision. Coming to the fourth one, fourth one they say obtain involvement of relevant stakeholders. So when you are taking the considering the information of all the category to be analyzed are different job profile, relevant specific roles. So you should also make the stakeholders to be a part of it when you are taking a decision. So we are considering this and we are making a decision on the job evaluation and we are motivating an employees. So that again when you are taking a decision, the relevant stakeholders involvement should be a part of it. This is the employee is doing the job and he is giving us some growth to an organization and we are giving a promotion to him. So when you are making a decision, also the relevant stakeholders. Who are stakeholders, students? Yes, who are the stakeholders?
Ma'am, it includes everybody, ma'am, like customers, debtors, creditors, suppliers, public, government, everybody, ma'am.
Okay. Yes. Any other person adding some more point to her? Yes. Every person belong to an organization, right? It might be an investor, employee, customer, suppliers. So each and every person should know what is happening. So obtaining involvement of relevant stakeholders, the stakeholders to whom this specifically are doing the job evaluation, they should also be a part of it and take a proper person to be included in taking the decision of a job evaluation. And the fifth one is evaluate the plan's usefulness. So you have analyzed it, which plan is suitable, you are making use of it, and also the plan what you have done, it should be useful enough in order to reach the specific goal. What is the specific goal when you are using this plan? In order to understand the job evaluation, that is the main goal. So the plan should reach up the goal in order to complete the particular task. So that is the fifth decision. So I repeat, what are the five decisions or major decision in job evaluation? The first one is establish the purpose of evaluation. The second one is decide whether to use single or multiple plans. And third one is choose among the alternative approaches different types of job evaluation which is suitable for a which particular category are you considering. And the fourth step is obtaining the involvement of a relevant stakeholders. And fifth one is evaluate the plan's usefulness. So which is the plan useful for the in order to complete a specific task that can be done, and evaluate once again which is suitable or not can be considered. That is a major decision when you are taking a decision in order to do the evaluation of a job. Is it clear, students? Any doubts? Yes, any doubts, students?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let's move on to the next topic. So now we were just now I said there is a alternative approaches, different methods of job evaluation. So that is a topic we're gonna continue in this particular class. That is job evaluation method. So again, job evaluation method is divided into two types. That is non-analytical methods and analytical methods. So when you're coming under non-analytical methods, you have two types. That is ranking method and classification method. And analytical method, you have two types. That is factor comparison and point method. Yes. So can you see here? Is it the table? Is it the PPT is visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can see non-analytical method basically discuss on the methods designed on the basis of the job as a whole. So they are considering the evaluation factor as a on the basis of what particular job are they completing. That is the major thing they have considered when you are doing the evaluation. When it is coming to the non-analytical method, if you see in the analytical method, methods designed on the basis of the requirement and elements of the job. Few categories you will consider when it is coming to the analytical methods, whereas non-analytical method you will consider basis of the job on the whole, everything, each and every element you will try to make it, put it into things when you are judging things. So that is all about the non-analytical methods. So let us understand one after the other what exactly the ranking method says, what is the classification method says, what is the factor comparison and point method says. So we'll understand in detail in the this particular class. So let us understand the first one, that is uh, ranking method. Before that, we'll understand what is non-quantitative methods, or it is also called as non-analytical method. So what is non-quantitative methods? So non-quantitative methods call for the evaluation of whole job relative to others job. So they will consider the whole job, comparing one with the other jobs or to general description of jobs within an organization. So they will consider the job on the whole when they were evaluating, keeping the other job as a base. They try to make a evaluation. For an instance, a job description of a customer service representative may be compared to the job description of a word processing specialist. So it is pretty similar relative job, right? They try to analyze the description of a customer service representative, what is the role and responsibility he'll be doing it, comparing the same with the word processing specialist. So that is a kind of a relative job, what exactly they do it. What does the customer service representative do it? Students, they are also called as CRPs. Who are the customer service representatives? You might call to any of your, for example, you have bought some goods from online stores. Have anyone has booked any goods in online? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when the goods
Yes.
is not reaching on time, what you guys gonna do? You will call to the customer care people, right? Who are the customer care people? So those are the person who can reply for your queries. They are also called as customer service representatives in order to answer your queries. So if you go to the Amazon, Flipkart, any other portals, they have a customer care ID, phone number. You can just call them and give them information. The person who gives information is called as customer service representative. His job description as well can be compared to the job description of word processing specialist. Even he is also little similar to the job what he is doing it. So they try to compare the both the jobs. Yes. Yes, so that is a kind of a method used when it is coming to the job evaluation, that is also known as non-quantitative methods or non-analytical methods, which is clearly explains about the evaluation of whole job relative to other jobs. They try to evaluate the job which is similar to the other job or to the general description of jobs within an organization. So the what description they are doing, will it this job other persons also should be remain the same. So then they can do the comparison, right? A person who is doing the job as a fresh as a associate can compare his job with the TL position. No, there is a vast difference between the job. The job description in and out it should be similar. Then you can do the consideration of a job evaluation when it is coming to the on the whole. Then it is called as non-quantitative method. Yes, the major types of non-quantitative job evaluation procedures are, which are the students? Just now we learned which are the two other methods of non-quantitative methods. Yes, one is ranking method and the other one is job classification or grading. Yes, can you see it here? Ranking method or classification method. The classification method is also known as grading method, job grading method. Yes, let us understand what is the first method under non-quantitative, that is ranking method of job evaluation. The word ranking says, what does it mean, students? Ranking, any idea? What is ranking? Or who got, why do they do ranking basically? You got your results yesterday, right? So what is the, how do you rank it basically?
I'm looking at the performance of the employees, ma'am.
Looking about the performance of an employee, you will rank a person who is doing a better job. He'll be considered in the top and the next, and as the things goes on, right? Similarly, you might be experienced in your education also. Whoever scores the highest marks, he remains in the first, and the next person little lesser than him, little lesser than him. Like that, it goes on. Yes, that is called as ranking, basically. So let us understand ranking method of job evaluation. What does it mean? This method involves ranking each job relative to all other jobs, usually based on some overall factor like job difficulty. So they try to rank the other jobs, different types of job, keeping the some overall factor like job difficulty. So what is the difficulty of job? They will consider and they make the things rank based on the particular person's job performance. Yes, each job has a role compared with other. This comparison of jobs goes on until all the jobs have been evaluated and ranked. So they will consider the performance of an employee with the each category. How is he doing in the communication? How is he doing in the reporting? How is he doing in order to reach the goals? How is he doing good in the targets? So considering the each things, he will be ranked when they compare, when they are evaluating the whole job and they'll make it ranking. Yes, so each job as a whole is compared with the other, and this comparison of job goes on until all the jobs have been evaluated and ranked. So till the all jobs can be evaluated and ranked, this goes on comparing with the other different categories. So all jobs are ranked in order to their importance from the simplest to the hardest or from the highest to the lowest, whichever it might be, smaller job or a bigger job, they try to rank it of a particular person or on the whole the organization job. They try doing it in order to judge the terms of duties, responsibility and demands on the job holders. So what is his responsibility, what is his duties, and how good enough or what is the demand for that particular person can be considered, and then the ranking can be done. Is it clear, students? As the title only says, they try to rank the person's rank the person based on the evaluation of a job, what exactly is doing. It might be highest to the lowest or lowest to the highest, hardest to the simplest, simplest to the hardest. How much job he is doing, what is his demand, what are the duties he should be done. So that can be considered in the method of ranking. right? So that they also say that they have a different steps following the ranking jobs. So what are the following steps are involved in ranking jobs? So there are 5 steps. The first one is obtain job information. So using the job description, they will get the particular job information. So first step remains, what is the job information? Are they trying to rank it? Are they try to analyze the ranking of a particular person? So that can be, you will get the information through where? Through job description. So what is job description, students? What is job description? Yes, what is job description?
Ma'am, it completely describes the job's roles and responsibilities, duties to be performed like that.
Yes, so that is the place where you can analyze the details of a responsibility given to a particular employee in order to work to be completed. Yes, so that is explained in the job description. So using that, that is the first step used when you are ranking a person. First one is obtain job information. Second one is select raters and jobs to be rated. So you have a job description should be done, and the next one is you will find out the who will rate the performance of a person or in a job particular job role. So you will find out select the raters and jobs to be rated. So what happens? The more usual procedure involves ranking jobs by department or in a cluster, that is factory workers, clerk workers, and so on. To whom are you rating? And what are the category? Are you doing it in the department wise? Are you doing it in the vertical manner or horizontal manner? That should be analyzed when you are evaluating. Select the raters and what particular jobs to be rated. So that can be done in the second step. Clear, students? Obtain job information, select raters and jobs to be rated. And the third one is select compensable factors. So on what basis are they trying to make the decision? It is a common to use a just one factor, for instance, job difficulty, and to rank jobs on the basis of the whole job. So when you are analyzing some factors, keeping that factor only base, you will try to judge the whole job. So be very conscious when you are making the compensable factors. So we'll understand which are the different factors to be understood when it is coming to the analytical type of job evaluation. So some factors should be taken, just one factor which will explain the difficulty of a job can be performed or not, can be considered in the third steps in ranking jobs. Any doubt, students? You want some more examples to be explained? Kindly stop me. Yes, I'm waiting for your reply, students. Yes, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So that is the third step, that is select compensable factors. Which are the factors can be considered, explains the ranking of the job, basis of whole job, and carefully explain the definition of the factor, because you should clearly explain the factor. Based on it only the ranking can be done when you're giving to the raters. Yes. And the fourth one is rank jobs. So you have setted everything, whom should be considered when you're ranking it, and what are the factors to be considered, and the next terms come rank jobs. So it involves giving each rater a set of index cards, each of which contains a brief description of a job. So you will give the rater a detailed information, index cards, like what should be rated for a particular job. Yes, so that can be done in the rank job. And the fifth one is combining a rating. So the different, there are four people who will be ranking the jobs, and you will combine the ratings together. Yes, it is usually to have a several raters rank the jobs independently, finally divide all the ranked jobs into appropriate group classification, and consider the common feature of jobs such as similar duties, skills, knowledge required can be done easily. Yes, so different category people have done the ranking. So you will try to analyze the results and make it a whichever the common feature the job has been completed, like what are the duties has been done, what are the skill set are done, and what are the knowledge required for a particular role, that can be considered. Yes, when it is coming to the performance of a job, you will analyze what major duties he has done, what are the major skill he has completed, major skill is impacting in order to complete the goal, and what is the knowledge was required in order to choose it. So that can be done in the combined rating. So these are the steps followed in the ranking of a job. The first one is obtain job information, select raters and jobs to be rated, select compensable factors, fourth is rank jobs, and fifth one is combined rating. Is it clear? So these are the steps involved in ranking jobs. So once you get all the information, you'll try to combine it and put it in a proper considering classification in order to reach the common feature to analyze and evaluate it. Yes, so this is the steps followed. Coming to the ranking of a academic institution job. So this is one example given. So what is the how they doing the ranking order? Professor, register and library, what is the pay scale? Yes, readers, deputy register, deputy librarian, what is the pay scale? And lecturers and assistant registers, what is the pay scale might be considered. So this is happens before the compensation, right? Yes or no? Getting my point, students? Yes. Kindly acknowledge the class, students. Yes. Any doubts? Students, any doubts, students?
No, ma'am.
So when we are considering the steps of a ranking method, so that can be done before the compensation can be made also, and after also when you are comparing the performance. So those two can be happened. So now presently we are looking at based on the compensation can be done. Yes, so that is an example here given for ranking of an academic institution jobs. So ranking order can be professor can be the pay scale like this, and register and librarian. So see, the same category, they have the same pay scale like professor, register and library, but it is a different work they are performing, but the cadre remains the same. Getting my point? And if you go to the second point, readers and deputy registrars and deputy librarians, so they do the different job, but also the pay scale remains the same because of the skills and duties responsibility what they have done. That is what says in the steps 5, combining the dividing the ratings, and they'll try to come up with the what are the similar jobs they are doing and what are the duties and skills they have it, and they come up with the end solution. Yes, and the last one is lecturer and assistant registrar and assistant library. So what is the pay scale here they have mentioned? Clear, students? Yes, if you have any doubts, kindly stop it, students. Yes, Sahana, any doubts? Shreya,
No, ma'am.
Vaishnavi, shall we move on to the next? So now you understood the method of ranking, a method of job evaluation of the first one is ranking. So let us know what is the merits and demerits of it. Yes. So what is the merits of it? That is the simplest method. Yes. Only you should know the what are the criteria you need to be considered, and based on it you try to rank it, right? And the ranking can be done based on the specific rankers who do it. So it is the simplest method, and it is quite economically to put into effect because it is happening in the organization. You are not making any other person coming from outside to rank it, so which is happening inside the department sometimes. So it is economical, and it is less time consuming and involves little paperwork. Yes, So it is a less time consuming. Time consuming is less, but it involves little paper working. But nowadays things has been come down and everything it is happening in the software mode only. Yes. So these are the merits of ranking method. So what is it? It is the simplest method. It is quite economical to put into effect. So it is less time consuming and involves little paperwork. Coming to the demerits. So what are the demerits, students? Might be? Yes, what are the demerits? So here when you are considering the ranking, there is no proper standards can be set. Yes, standards are not there, but you are considering only few factors. Based on some few specific factors and based on some logical things, like on the whole you are considering. So there is no standards can be set when you are ranking the job, ranking the particular job, right? And it suffers from its sheer unmanageability when there are a large number of jobs. So when there is a multi number of jobs you need to consider, so there is no any particular procedure to be followed. Unmanageability when there are a large number of things, so you can't consider many things when you are considering on the whole. It is pretty difficult to consider on the whole. So it suffers from a unmanageability of a job to be complete, large number of job to be considered. So these are the two demerits of ranking of a job evaluation method. What is the first one? So it is the main demerits of the ranking method is that there is no definite standard of judgment, and also there is no way of measuring the difference between the job. Yes, so this person is doing this job consists of these are the roles and responsibility. Even when you see the librarian also, the job responsibility is little similar, but there is no proper difference between the job. They are not considering the major differences between them, so it suffers from its. That's the reason there is no proper standard is set out, and it is difficult to rank things when it is going to analyzing in detail of a particular job category. Yes, and it suffers from its sheer unmanageability when there are a large number of jobs. So managing the for different set of categories of jobs, it will be pretty difficult when you are making the ranking on the whole of a job. So one job, it is not only is doing going just log into the company, just report. No, one person can do multiple jobs also, right? So when you're considering the multiple category of job and managing those jobs, when you're evaluating and making a decision, it is sometimes become a very challenging. So that is what they call as unmanageability leads to a problem to come up with a better solution. Any doubts, merits and demerits of ranking method? Yes, students, wake up. Yes, any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So this is all about the ranking method. Let us understand the next one. What is job classification or grading method? So what is the job classification or grading method says? As the word says grading. What is the word grading says? Yes, what is the word grading says? Yes, students, what is the word grading says? Any one person? I know the PPT is not visible. Intentionally I avoided it. What is grading? Come on, students. It's not so difficult to not to explain. Yes, any one person. Grading under Enappa, you have already learned it. What is grading then? Yes. If you don't know, I'll tell. At least tell me you know or not.
Arranging or allocating some points or composition.
Okay. Okay. Any other person? Can you just give a try? Yes. Okay. The person who is performing the best, he'll be in the top position. Have you heard it? Yes? Yes? Have you heard of it? At least might be few people have already started applying for a jobs in a government companies. Job category 1, grade A, grade B, grade C, they say it. Have you know about it?
Yes,
ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ
ma'am.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. If you are silent, I'll not understand whether you know it or not. Yes, someone was answering. Yes, tell me. Have you know it or not? Grading ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ವಾ?
Yes, ma'am. We heard that, ma'am, in government companies.
Yes, government categories you might see in that grade A. This is the percentage of work. Like this is the percentage need to be reached in order to apply for this particular job, and they have some set of package of salary will be given, right? Yes, yes or no? Okay, let me assume you guys don't know. You might see, but you don't know what is the exact meaning, right? Now I am understanding why Sumati method. So in the job grading method, what happens? So one such yardstick constituting of job classes or grades. So what they do, they keep it a one particular category, or they mention it as a, so there is a particular committee we consider when you are performing a particular job. Yes. So in a precise, you can say that job grading method is nothing but it is a method used in order to establish a particular job to be completed based on the different jobs of similarity. What are the different jobs he has done, right? So keeping some criteria as a base, they try to make the determined on the basis of information derived from job analysis. So whatever the job he's gonna perform, like A is performing Can you see the students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Description of job classification. How did they make the job classification? Based on the job analysis. They try to find out the information they try to analyze the what type of job the person is performing, right? If he's a head clerk, so his job is to handle and capable of taking a major decision. They'll be considered to be the head clerk. And the senior clerk, he'll be technically varied the work occasionally, independently thinking what type of difficulty is facing in order to complete the specific job and some clerical ability. He should have some clerical ability. Might be he should be educated from some university with the proper knowledge of this. He should be known enough. Then he will be eligible for the senior clerk. And the third one is clerical grade 3. They know only about the routine work to be performed. So you will finally analyze the data from the job analysis and make grading the things, keeping the standard as a base, and they try to do it, which is not there in the ranking method. That is what they call as yardstick. Yardstick. What is the word yardstick? Have you heard about the word called yardstick? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So what does the word yardstick say, students? It is a kind of a meter stick which is explained about the how you can measure the things, right? We can say that this, if you see the performance appraisal, they'll be rating a person 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is it? That is a yardstick. They use it in order to measure the performance of an employee. If the performance is 5, if the performance is very good, then they'll give you 4. If the performance is excellent, they'll give you a 5 rating, right? That similar, that is called as a yardstick. So they try to keep it in the grading. Yes. So they say that a job graded is defined as a group of a different job, keeping as an yardstick as a constitute in order to measure the different job classes or grades. Different grade explains the different category of a job a person is performing. Yes. I hope this picture gave a clear clarity about it. Yes. Understood, students? Yes or no? Is it becoming difficult to you to understand? Let me know. I can make some other way make you understand, students. If you guys are silent, I'll not neither understand whether you know or not. Yes, Pujashri. Got the point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll consider everyone know this. So so that is all about the grading. Yes? Okay, so the example of job grades may include depending on the type of jobs, like the person is unskilled, will make it as a different category, the person is skilled is made as a different grade, and a person who is having a clerical experience, they'll be considered as a clerical, a person who has a more experience, they'll make it as a senior clerical. So based on the what work performance they are doing, what type of a job they are doing, they'll make it as a different category. So that is called as job classification, classifying the different jobs based on the what type of a job they are doing it. So that says about the job classification or grading method. Clear, students? So let us understand what are the different categories to be considered. What are the major factors they'll consider when they are making the grades? So some of the such factors like difficulty and variety of work. So what type of work they are performing? Are they doing the clerical job? Are they doing the any other than clerical, any other accounting job are they doing? Are they doing any non technical work are they doing? So you will understand the difficulty, whether how they are performing and whether they are matching with the same grade or other different classification should be considered. So that is the first factor. And the second factor is supervision and received and exercised. What are the supervisions are they doing it? Whether they are doing the supervision basically routinely, a different category, are they doing monthly basis? Because if you see just giving an example, if you see in our college we have many non-teaching staff who will be keenly supervised daily, routinely, because their job is to clean the organization, Yes, if you see the many people are the non-technical category if you see. So whether the supervision is required based on the particular job it can be done, and judgment exercised, how they do the judgment basis, whether they are doing judgment based on the work to be performed or it is based on the professional work to be clarified. So that can be done in the judgment. What are their responsibility, experience and knowledge required. So these are the some of the factors need to be considered when you are evaluating or grading the different job classifications. So this is all about the second method of job grading. Some of the merits and demerits it is because the standards has been given, yardstick has given based on the criteria, you will use it and go accordingly. And it is economical because you are doing inside the organization only, and the group of jobs into classification makes pay determination problems easy to administer. So different type of job what he is performing, you will group into one category, right? So the clerical job what he is doing, then he will be considered as clerical. The person who is doing accounting job will make it an assistant or associate of accounts. So when you do the different groups of a job classification clearly, the coming to the paying pattern or the terms of salary determining it will be very easy. So this method is useful for basically government job. So that's the reason when I asked if you guys started government job applying on the, you can see cadre A, cadre B, grade A, grade B then mentioned. So this type of job you can see it in the kind of a job evaluation you can see it in the government jobs. So coming to the demerits, as there is a merits, there will be some demerits also. So what are the demerits? They say that the method suffers from personal bias of committee members. So if they know the person very well, they try to give a grading as a different grade because the committee is based on the committee members. Whatever the decision they take, they'll be done based on the personal bias. They can do the biasing also. So biasing has become a biggest challenge when it is coming to the job classification method. So it cannot deal with the complex jobs which will not fit nearly into one grade. So if the person in many organization, HR and admin job will be done by a single person. But when you see different organization, they have some HR specialist different, operation HR person is different, admin is different, clerk is different. So they have different category. In few organization, they make it as understanding the different complexity of job will become a biggest challenge when they grade it. And the third one they said this method is rarely used in industries. As you said, this is used only in the government sectors. So this is not suitable for the industries, and it is difficult how much of jobs rank is influenced by the man on the job. So when we are analyzing the job analysis, it is very difficult to understand whether this person is suitably eligible enough to do this particular job or not. So that cannot be considered when you are ranking it. Yes, so this is little rigid and unsuitable for a bigger organization. So these are the demerits of a job classification. So I hope things are clear. I just repeat, what are the demerits? It suffers from the personal bias. It is not suitable for the complex jobs, and this method is rarely used in the larger industries, and it is used only in the government jobs, and it is difficult to know whether the person can complete the job or not based on the ranks. Is it clear? So these are the two different types of non-quantitative methods or non-analytical methods of a job evaluation. Is it clear, students? Any doubts? Yes, any doubts, students? What is the next hour, students? Which is the next hours for you guys? Probably there is a slight difference in the timetable I'll share you today. Next hour you got 11:50 to 12:50 F2, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Quickly I take the attendance and then just move. Yes, Amrita Varshini, Anant Kumar, Anita MB. Just a minute. Anita MB, she's there. Anusha, Bharatraj, Gajalakshmi,
Present, ma'am.
Harsha,
Present, ma'am.
who is present? Harsha is present. Hemant Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Kavita,
Present,
Salman,
ma'am.
Muthu Kumar, Pavitra D,
Present, ma'am.
Pujashri,
Present, ma'am.
Puneet, Rakshita,
Present, ma'am.
Sahana,
Present,
Shivamma,
ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Shreya,
Present, ma'am.
Sindhu,
Present, ma'am.
Suchitra, Sureka,
No.
is present. Okay, Suchitra is present. Sureka, she's absent. Sushma, Swati M,
Present, ma'am.
Tejaswini, Vaishnavi.
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, Anusha also present, ma'am. Instead of mute button, I pressed in button, ma'am.
Sorry, come again.
Ma'am, I was also present, ma'am. Instead
Yeah.
of
I saw you.
Okay.
Okay, students, thank you so much.